and that were being visited on a regular basis.
Maybe the powers to be are setting us up for disclosure and making it more subtle so that it isn't a big jolt to us.
Clifford Cliff is the worldwide director of MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. They have some 1,000 investigators.
MUFON receives about 500 UFO sighting reports a month. Of that, we are able to, the 400 of them, we can prove that they are something very normal, like planetary, astronomical events, natural events, Black Ops airplanes, that type of thing, JR. But the 100 events that we get each year or each month that we can't explain, some of them are extremely hair-raising.
One of their latest investigations has to do with this video from January 28th of this year. A mysterious light is seen descending from the sky in Jerusalem. Last week, multiple videos have surfaced of the supposed event. They all show the light hovering above the Dome of the Rock. After a few seconds, there appears to be some sort of energy burst, and then the light zooms away. So, is this proof positive that aliens exist, or is it nothing more than an elaborate hoax? MUFON believes NASA knows for sure.
They do have a significant amount of information about the UFO phenomenon and ETs that they have not disclosed that are still there. Some of the astronauts have come forward now and are indicating that they have seen and witnessed things that were beyond their explanation.
Last October, during a satellite interview with NASA Director Charlie Bolden, I asked the former astronaut if he had ever seen anything in space.
JR, I must admit, everybody that goes to space wants to see an alien. Or wants to see some evidence that there is other life in our universe, and I'm no different. But I am here to report that I saw no evidence, although deep in my heart I believe that there is good potential for other life in our universe.
There is no doubt we are being visited.
However, one of Bolden's colleagues says otherwise. Dr. Edgar Mitchell was the sixth man to walk on the moon. He came forward years ago claiming to have proof that alien life is out there.
The universe that we live in is much more wondrous, exciting, complex, and far-reaching than we were ever able to know up to this point in time. And the fact we have wondered, were we alone in the universe forever? Only in our period do we really have evidence, no, we're not alone.
So what's going on here? Why the different stories from two credible NASA sources? Last month, I had the chance to catch up with the NASA director again, this time in person, and I asked him about Ed Mitchell's stunning comments.
Ed Mitchell is a big believer in extraterrestrials. And as you and I talked about before, I am one who, because of my faith, I believe that there is very likely other life somewhere else in the universe. I just don't have any evidence to back that up. But Edgar is one who, contrary to my observations, actually claims to have evidence that extraterrestrials exist.
Even the Vatican has weighed in on the question of alien life, the Pope saying it's okay to believe in ETs because if they do exist, then God made them too, something UFO investigators embrace.
God created the heavens and the earth. He didn't just create the earth, he created the whole universe. So if he created all of it, then he created those beings that are out there too. So I'm sure there are brothers and sisters.
It's MUFON's belief that the final answers are coming soon. And after talking with Charlie Bolden, they could be right. We may soon learn if there's life out there.
I have no doubt, about things that will be discovered in the next year or so that will help us continue to rewrite textbooks. I have never seen anything, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
And there you have it. some stuff there from NASA and the administrator saying that within the next year or two, he undoubtedly thinks that we're going to discover extraterrestrial life out there. I think that's just fascinating. Now, there are a number of movies out all over the world that have just come out, actually, this year and last year. UFO movies have been coming out for a long time. Don't get me wrong here. You know, from The Day the Earth Stood Still, Teenagers from Mars, I don't know, you had stories on the Twilight Zone of alien visitation, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, V, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, E.T., and now we've got this whole slew of new movies coming out. There was the huge disappointment of, what was that big Skyline? What an awful waste of time, but it was fun. There was a lot of, creativity that went into that. It was just a total waste of money, as far as I'm concerned, about an alien entourage coming to planet Earth to annihilate us. Come on. So this group travels, 1 billion light years or traverses a wormhole to just blow us away, really. That seems to be a common theme these days, with films like Independence Day, and now we've got Cowboys and Aliens, man versus aliens to save planet Earth, and you've got I Am Number 4, which is a different type of play. But now we have a story based on a real event called Battle LA about the I think it's 1942 or 46 UFO that was seen just outside of Los Angeles up in the sky, and it was, all the spotlights were put on this thing, and it was just bombarded by military with hundreds of rounds of bullets and bombs to no avail. They had these things in the spotlight. It was witnessed by probably 1 million people, literally. And so this movie now, it has come out on February 3rd of 2003, Battle of L.A. And I'm sure it's trumped up. I'm pretty sure the premise is that aliens have come here to conquer Earth once again. I don't know if these movies were sparked by Stephen Hawking and his views that, we got to be careful of who we send messages out in space to, because they might not all be nice and friendly like the Reese's Pieces eating E.T., right? Which, fair enough. But it seems like every movie that comes out is like a horrible race coming here to conquer us and take us down. Now, Steven Spielberg did Close Encounters, which was a really well-grounded case. I mean, a good majority of it was written alongside UFO researchers and experts. Alan Hynek actually even made a guest appearance in the movie at the end when the extraterrestrials come down. They have that meeting in behind the man-made mountain, and then he makes E.T., which is a totally lighter side of the extraterrestrial phenomenon. And Close Encounters of the Third Kind, of course, a lot of people are linking to this secret project called Serpo, where this sort of event actually happened, and 12 off-planet military officials are somewhere else on another planet called Serpo. And in fact, Gary McKinnon made reference to these 12 off-planet NASA employees. So who knows what's going on there. But, then Steven Spielberg makes Taken, that amazing miniseries, where UFOs are both physical and not, and multiple lights, and then they come back together. The point is that there's a whole slew of media going on, a lot of coverage. You had the military officials coming together for a huge conference covered by CNN.com last year. Leslie Kean. I always go on this spiel about every 3 shows or 4 shows. I talk about the reality of extraterrestrials visiting planet Earth and the evidence that's there. And all of these, quote-unquote skeptics, who are really just debunkers because they're not there doing their homework. They're there just to slash it about and make light of the situation as if it didn't exist. So, very interesting to see now all of these planets just opening up, and the possibility of life existing there, and the possibility that we could exist on one of these planets. Are we really being prepared for the reality of extraterrestrials? Well, I certainly hope so, because the universe is gigantic. And I'm really getting sick and tired of people making light of the situation. The evidence is there, and it's definitely obvious that there's more going on. So with that note, I want to take a little bit of a break here, play a couple commercials, and come back to the big show, the Clary Croft interview, and go over a little bit of news. We're going to talk about the NASA conspiracies by Nick Redfern and read a little segment from his book as well.
You are listening to the Unified Field.
Take your taste buds on a trip. Head on down to Ronnie's Curry and Roadie Shop for some fine Caribbean and Indian food. Ronnie serves Halifax's best butter chicken, jerk chicken, and also has roti wraps of all varieties. So go get some international flavor and visit Ronnie's. Every day's a deal with $5 lunch specials and a 10% student discount. So come on down to Ronnie's at 5280 Green Street in the South End, just off of Queen Street, and experience authentic curry and roti for yourself.
What's up? This is Kid Koala. You're listening to CKDU.
I love the pizza man, 'cause he puts the food right in my hand. Tucks me in so late at night with a delicious cheese slice.
If you love the pizza man, you'll love Island Greek. We have over 21 signature pizzas. Call now and get 2 large signature pizzas and a 2-liter pop for just $39.99. That's Island Greek at 2150 Gottingen, 902-422-8888.
A delicious cheese slice.
Welcome back to the Unified Field. I'm Mr. Justin Brown, the host of Atlantic Canada's only paranormal radio broadcast, the Unified Field, and glad you guys are here again on Season 2, Episode 2 of UFR. Now, I want to throw out there right away that there's all kinds of places you can follow me. On Twitter, at Unified Field Rad, YouTube, at the / same name, Unified Field Radio, and MySpace is the same. You can follow Unified Field Radio at Blogspot. Also, I am about to launch a brand new half-hour show on the world-famous Blog Talk Radio on the internet, blogtalk.com. Do a search for the Unified Field, because Sunday night, tomorrow, February 13th, is the premiere launch of the Unified Field on Blog Talk Radio, 7:30 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. It's a quick half-hour snip, and it's basically just a launching platform for what we're going to be talking about here on CKDU Live and upcoming episodes for YouTube and all your the MySpace viewers, if I didn't mention that a second ago. And maybe some new news. Maybe a call in here and then, and we'll see how it goes. A quick half hour just a little blaster, I'm going to call it.